नाश्ता ये मान लीजिए मालिक in नवी मिस्त्री तो विगिश स्विच को या शुभम
करोति कल्याणम आरोग्यम धनसंपदा शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते।
नमस्ते नमस्ते everybody.
नमस्ते
Hari Om.
नमस्ते।
Today is the inauguration of our new activity of our university, AUP, University of Ayurveda, online talk show series, and the first of the series we have Dr Trivedi from Bombay. Namaskar.
नमस्ते।
Dr Trivedi, as far I know him is a long history, but very interesting history. 20 years back, almost 20 years back, I went to Jamnagar University of Ayurveda to attend as an international seminar what they organized, and they had an exhibition of Ayurvedic products, activities, clinics, and Ayurveda facilities what were provided by the Indian market. I was looking for some raw material, herbs, and asking several manufacturers of the medicine if they can supply me, provide me, sell me some herbs, raw material herbs, raw herbs, but I was failed. Nobody was agree, everybody was just offering the products. So I was just hopeless, wandering in front of all stalls, and I saw the board Sriji Herbals. And once I saw Sriji Herbals, the name itself attracted me to go to that counter, to go to that shop, to stall, and I just came close to the counter, and there Dr. Trivedi himself was sitting as a sales representative of his company. I was not knowing if he is a doctor or Veda or a salesman, simply an economist or a chartered accountant, or I don't know, I didn't know anything about it. I dared to ask him, if you can supply me herbs, just unprocessed herbs, a pure herb without any contamination, absolute. He simply took the paper and pen and started writing and asked me, what do you want? What herb you want? Which herb you want? Then I gave a few names. He wrote it immediately. He said, yes, all are available. Anything else you want? I said, no. I was so surprised that he said, no problem, I can manage these all herbs for you. In which form you want, the raw, as a just raw and dry? I said, no, I want dry, uncrushed, unpowdered, no tablet, nothing, just natural product. He said, yes, you will get it. I was really very happy at the time. So then some European habits of the traders, he He knew it. I don't know at the time if he had some experience of the Europe or not, but I felt that he understood me as a person coming from Europe and how to answer him, how to deal with him. He knew it already. In European style of trading, how we behave, we see something, then we immediately ask how much it cost. The first thing, very first information what a buyer needs to know in Europe is how much does it cost. In Indian style, in Indian trader, this question how much, it never comes. It comes on the last, after 3 hours talking. How much does it cost? Before that is a long appreciation of the goods. So this is a difference in the trading, in the European style of trading and in Indian style of trading. And once I saw him, I asked how much it will cost. He immediately understood. He didn't look at me even. He started writing, you want in rupees or in dollars? I said in both. So he wrote the prices in rupees. Then by his coefficient of the converter, dollars, he wrote and you want FOB in India, or you want CIF, or you want X Prague? I said yes, X Prague. So he gave me the prices immediately. I just felt that the person who understood me just by looking at me, what kind of I am, but I need how to and what to suggest him. Then in the evening he called, I stay in this and that hotel. We can talk more about this shipment. Fortunately, I was staying in the same hotel in Jamnagar. There are not many hotels. So in the evening I went to him, and at his room we just talked. And within few weeks I got the goods in Prague, the raw material. As I was just expected, I want such quality, such dealing, such thing. From that time I felt Dr. Trivedi as it's me, myself itself. That is me. I'm talking to myself. I had such a feeling of honest, with no discrimination. That he is not a businessman, he is not something else. It's me, Govind. I'm talking to Govind. I felt myself so confident, so happy as I talked to myself. And the relations, whenever I used to visit India those days very frequently, almost 3-4 times a year. And whenever I had a time to go to Bombay and South India, I used to drop to in Bombay to see him. He has, Dr. Trivedi, he comes from a very cultured, traditional family. And as I remember, his father was a Ayurvedic practitioner, and Dr. Trivedi grew under his influence of his Ayurvedic knowledge as a child. Then probably that motivated him to study Ayurveda in detail, theoretically, according to the modern educational system of education of Ayurveda, Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicines, a BAMS, something like that.
Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine, Surgery.
Surgery, that is the system, a course accredited by the Government of India, and that he studied in Bombay, in University of Bombay, and there he started practicing also. He involved his brother in his business, and now very close to Bombay and very close to Ahmedabad, I think.
It is nearby Ahmedabad, 100 kilometers away from Ahmedabad.
He developed a very nice, systematic and with certain rules and regulations as required for the standardizations. He developed the factory. There he makes Ayurvedic medicine. But that's not the reason why he is here. That he will tell us more about his targets, aims and objectives of this visit to Europe. As far I know, day before yesterday he was in Hungary, in Budapest. Yesterday he was in the Vienna. Today he is in the Prague. Where he will be on the day after tomorrow, I don't know. So he has a great circle in Europe. So now I just ask you, Dr. Trivedi, you are doctor of Ayurveda, and definitely you feel much better to listen, I hope, Vaidya instead of doctor. Without doctor is too much inclined to this modern system of education.
Correct.
And Veda is the correct designation of a Ayurvedic practitioner. So how did you come to this Ayurvedic education, Ayurvedic knowledge? Where from you got the inspirations to be in Ayurveda and to do in the field of Ayurveda?
My great inspiration is my father. And my father was having the background of Ayurveda. We had a shop, Ayurvedic herbal shop in Mumbai. He was running a shop, and that gave me inspiration to enter in the Ayurveda. He inspired me to, at least you should become an Ayurvedic physician, to treat the humans, to treat the people as our own ancient heritage, ancient science. You should learn. And as we are the Brahmins, the cultures, our ancestors also were from Veda, they were knowing Veda and everything. So Sanskrit and all this science and Vedas is in our blood. And that inspired me to become a Ayurvedic physician. After completing my SSC, means school, I directly got an admission in Mittal College in Mumbai, and that time the course BAMS it was introduced, and initially it was 7.5 years course. So it was the 2 years of the higher secondary education was included in the course. So it was, I understand that was more better part of on us, that they gave us the knowledge of Sanskrit, Raghuvansham, Kalidas, Prarambhik Pandya, Laghu Siddhant Kaumudi and other, that gave us to understand our own science. As it is more essential to learn the Sanskrit.
Sorry to interrupt you. How much the Sanskrit is important to learn or understand Ayurveda?
I will more emphasize to learn a Sanskrit, because Ayurveda basically written only in the Sanskrit aphorism, and to understand the meaning of the in between the lines which is written in the aphorism or the sutra or in the shloka swarupa, it is very, very difficult. Unless and until you don't know proper Sanskrit, you cannot understand what it wants to tell you, what you have to understand. Because Sanskrit is the full language, means is a complete language on the earth, I will say, definitely, which is the base of the entire all languages. Only Sanskrit, very good language, depth of the knowledge of the Ayurveda, if you want to get it, Sanskrit is must, you must learn, must.
So the education of Ayurveda, and first, how many years you studied Sanskrit?
Initially 2 years, Laghu Siddhant Kaumudi, which is essential. And when you learn Siddhant Kaumudi, you are able to understand what is written in the Ayurveda, what is written in the Charak Samhita or Susrit Samhita or all Samhitas, which was that time only the Rishi Munis, they have heard only, and then they were able to write it, because that time there was no papers, no leaves, nothing. They kept in their mind that much knowledge, that much their Indriyas was strong to keep it in the mind, so vast subject.
So nice. My wife just asked me in the morning, because here the people, scholars of Ayurveda, they have little knowledge of Sanskrit, and we have started teaching them Sanskrit. Few words they know, and just by knowing the few words, they know the word Veda. And those who know the Vedas are Vedis. So, and they know there are 4 Vedas.
4 Vedas.
So, and they also know 4 means Chatur. So, your name is Trivedi. So, my wife asked, you know 3 Vedas. Which Vedas you know and which one you missed?
See, we cannot say that way ki which one I missed. It's our forefathers' name. How they have kept, we don't know. Because surnames is given by our forefathers, and that generation to generation is going on. But my privilege, I know Ayurveda is the biggest one. So it comes under one umbrella. When you learn Ayurveda, you come to know so many Vedas all together.
And how did influence, or because Ayurveda needs an spiritual approach, how did you experience the spiritual this spirituality in your practice and learning of Ayurveda?
Ayurveda, as I told you, under one umbrella, Ayurveda, you learn so many things. And as you also are aware of it, starting chapters of the Sutrasthan, each and every, what it teaches you.
I'm moderator here, I'm not to answer.
That how to live a life, how to live a day life, how to live a social life, everything is descriptive. So when you learn these things, automatically your culture, your thinking totally changes.
So you mean the teaching and experiencing Ayurveda, it changed the personality?
Yes. Definitely it changes the personality. It changes your behavior. It changes your thought process. It gives you modestness. It gives you, if you learn a lot, it gives you more depth of knowledge, and all other Vedas also you come to know by the time.
So nice. So you are, I heard that you reached Prague today morning. So what's your plan and aims and objectives of your trip to Europe?
Well, this trip is my totally business trip. Let me tell you, because as you told,
the businessmen, they don't know other trip than the business trip.
Previously I visited Prague, previously I visited your centers also, and that time I came to meet you.
In 2003 or 2 I will record.
2004 I taught your students also, so that was different. And this time I especially came for the business. I went to Budapest, I went to Vienna, I came to here in Prague. I just came to meet you as my friend, personal friend. No business here in Prague. But further I am going to Vilnius in Riga and UK, other countries also. For there I have some contacts, those who are in contact with me, and there I am going to communicate for more business developments.
So how do you feel yourself as a businessman, as a Ayurveda practitioner, and as a representative of a traditional family?
First, I am Ayurvedic physician. First, I am Ayurvedic physician. I love Ayurveda. I love very much. I do everything for Ayurveda, whatever I can do from my side. To teach, to preach, or somewhat business is required. So that's why simultaneously I am doing the business of Ayurveda also. But my motto is to treat the patients honestly. At least they should come out from their pain. At least I can give them healthy life. That is my motto.
Very nice. And you studied, when I remember from our very first talks 20 years back, I felt that you have deep knowledge of Upanishads, Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita. Does these subjects were a part of your Ayurvedic education, or are they enclosed to the Ayurvedic concepts?
They are close to the concepts of Ayurveda, but my other hobby to learn more knowledge about other Vedas also, that inspired me to learn this Vedas, Upanishads and Gita and other things.
What do you mean exactly by Veda?
Veda means knowledge. Veda means knowledge which has been described by our Rishi Munis, Manusmrutis, Kathopanishad, Ishavasya Upanishads, Rigveda, Samveda, Atharvaveda, Yajurveda. It all gives you the knowledge. Generally, it gives you knowledge of how to live well-being, how to live nicely, how to live with each other perfectly.
So what could be the best role, or what is the role of Vedas in daily life?
Of course, it is when you don't trouble other persons, don't you hurt other persons, how to live a peaceful life, that teaches you the Veda. Ayurveda, there is a first slogan, Swastasya Swasthya Rakshanam Aturasya Roga Prasamanam Cha. Means those who are healthy, they have to maintain their health. So the health is not by only the physic, with the mind, body and soul, with the dosha, vata, pitta and kapha. So when all these 6 things equilize, is in equilibrium, the person is living peaceful life.
So the role of the manogunas, manovrittis, how much does it affect on the body?
Of course, sattva, raja, tama, they rules your mind. They gives you good thoughts, they give you bad thoughts. Good thoughts give you the good pathway, bad thoughts give you the bad pathway. Means you don't know on which way you are going. But maybe a person realizes after going on the wrong way that he is not finding any more way over there, and he fails to come back on the same path, and he finds out which is the right way. So that your sattva gunas, your man, leads to you on the right way. But you should segregate, you should be able to segregate which is the right way, which is the wrong way. Mana is a chanchal. Mana is a chanchal. Chanchal means like mercury. That is not stable. So every time it gives you thinking this way, that way, this way, what should do, not to be do, this do. But when you control it, when you come to the focus, when you able to, it's difficult to control, but after a lot of abhyas, constant efforts, when you bring it to the control, then you realize what is the right things and what is the wrong things, and that what we should follow.
Yes, that is something like raga, control,
dvesha.
But one thing is just to know them, that they exist. Second thing is to practice them and to have them fully involved in that and experiencing it. So definitely Ayurveda is a subject to experience the knowledge.
So in Ayurveda, when you study Ayurveda, when you go through the Ayurveda day by day, because Ayurveda is in-depth knowledge. You cannot learn in the one life. It's my experience. You cannot learn. Yes. It's so in-depth knowledge. But to discover it, to understand it, it takes years to understand some small principles. And after understanding, you have to follow it. It's more difficult. It's more difficult to follow. When you understood it, when it comes to the act, then there are a lot of hurdles. You don't understand where to go, how to go. So these are Maya.
Yes, that's a very
this
great
is Maya in putting the hurdles.
Yes, it's I remember from some talks of Vivekananda's teachings, and in United States, in some gathering, there was a session of question and answer. So some student asked, Swamiji, what is Maya? Vivekananda said, no, next question. He didn't want to talk about Maya because it is so tedious to understand
and to explain
and to experience what exactly Maya is. Though literally it is defined as a Shakti, but where from the Shakti comes? Does Shakti can exist by itself? No. So it's much difficult, like the gunas, like guna of a fruit, guna of the water, they are the gunas. But what is the guna of the gunas? There is no guna of the gunas. That's an inherent. It is. So at some stage there is a dead end street. So Maya is something like that, I feel, in the universe, that it is, there is this dead end street. So by this our perceptible approach, I understand it's very tedious to grasp it
and to explain it.
There are several
one
things
can understand after experience only.
Yes. Certainly.
And this
the experience is
of Ayurveda. My passion is Ayurveda. So many things when you come across, or when you go passes through the time and problems and other hurdles, then you realize this.
Yes, they are very good words, realization and experience, because these things, the realization, I have feeling, once we say something, I realize, I experience. So just I have an experience of mango, then I also say I know mango taste, but there is no way how to transfer this experience to other. How does taste the mango? Unless I can just talk, give a lot of words all around, but the transformation of this experience,
You can't give it.
that's not. So this one would have to
Yes, yes. You
just to by
You
sadhana.
can explain up to the sweetness, what is the how sweet and how it is better and how it what it gives you experience in the body. But unless and until you taste it and you experience it, you cannot explain it. So like same way, this all gunas, manovrittis, maya and so many things. Unless until you don't experience it, you cannot explain it.
So
And
okay.
this Ayurveda, so
Holy
when we talk about the Ayurveda, so all these things,
30 minutes. So would you like to say something to our audience, scholars of Ayurveda in Czech Republic?
Govindji is doing good thing, explaining, teaching Ayurveda to Czech Republic, and he has put up all his efforts by heart to explain, to teach the Ayurveda. That is passion, selflessly, what he has created, awareness in the Prague. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
And whatever the knowledge you acquired with your own studies is really remarkable.
It's all the grace of the God and teachers and the
after
the
all
culture
this,
of India.
After all, Ayurveda, these all are the divine shastras, divine things.
Yes.
And without the blessings of the God, you can't do it. So he inspires and we do it. It's not we do it. Lord inspires and we are doing it.
It's all his inspiration, or is all his drama, all his maya.
Right.
Well,
And whatever the way he has given us, and we are spreading the knowledge, that is our motto. Spread the Ayurveda, spread the nature, spread the benefits of the nature to the human beings, that they should survive and they should stay healthy in this universe without any problem.
thank you very much. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Namaskar.